Alright, welcome. Morning to you. Know what I mean? So, I know you're saying, hey, isn't this guy from Crockers? Nope, today, instead of a sip, it's a dip. Let's get it. Put a fat one in today. I got some stuff to talk about. Alright. Just gonna get down to business right now. I ain't taking nothing from the Crockers except their money. They done stole freaking SHOOTDANG from me. Everyone out there knows freaking Doolittles are the SHOOTDANG masters, and one of the creators it. And all them Crockers are is masturbators, because all they like to do is fish. And I ain't having it. If they think they're gonna get out there and steal my freaking catchphrase and keep the money, then they're dumber than a freaking raccoon trying to take a nut from a squirrel. You know what I mean? I ain't dealing with none of that. It done chapped my high, and I think it's freaking screwed up that I had to find out from my freaking dad. My dad don't even freaking come around the house no more. You know what I mean? Him and Melody always fighting. I barely even like to call him daddy. He don't come around very often. He only comes around when the getting's good, and it's either getting good from my mama or getting good for some money from me. And so I just kind of upset about that. Let me calm down a little bit. I apologize. Let this dip kick in first. So I found out from my one brother Daryl, that my other brother Daryl called, that my mama Melody called, that my papa Baloney or whatever his name is, Jim Bob or Jim Baloney, I don't know, more like Jim Baloney to me because they ain't worth a damn. But he called and said, hey, I got a tip from this YouTuber don't like Jason. And we said, well, which one? Shit, there's a lot of them. And he said, I don't know, something like, I don't know, Bumblebee Munchkins or something like that. I don't freaking know. But he said it kind of came from a fake account, and he said that they're using SHOOTDANG to freaking sell. I got pretty mad, and I said, they stealing from me. And so I went down there, and I talked to Jason straight face to face, and I said, what are you doing? And he said, what do you mean? And acting all innocent and whatnot, like he didn't know what he was doing. And I said, you know dang well that I came up with SHOOTDANG. Doolittles. We made Doolittle, but you take a lot from me and I ain't gonna handle that. And I said, you gotta be crazier than a freaking cat running up a chimney on Christmas Eve with freaking Santa Claus going up there, you know what I mean? And throwing down his elves and whatnot, going down there to build some toys for some kids right there in the freaking living room. I ain't dealing with that. And so I said, what are we gonna do about it? And he said, I don't know. What are we gonna do about it? And I looked him square in the eyes and I said, I don't know, you tell me. He didn't like that. He kind of backed down a little bit, because when I say that, I know. He know I'm serious. So I freaking put another dip in. I let him know. I ain't messing around. So I said, we gotta figure this one out. He said, all right. Just don't tell anyone, because then people start making videos about me and whatnot. All them haters gonna come out and just tear me up. And I said, well, that ain't my problem, you know what I mean? And he said, come on, man, we're gonna figure something out. And I said, all right, let's give me a cut or something. He said, fine, let me do you a solid here. He said, how about 1/10 of every sale you can have? And I said, man, that ain't enough. And I said, can we do a little better than that? He said, all right. For every $100 I sell, I'll give you $10. And I said, shit, that sounds pretty damn good. So he basically hooked me up on that one. So, but I said, that's only for shirts. I said, but I know you got these hats. I took one. And I said, how much you selling them for? And he said, well, I don't know. There's very few. So had to put a high dollar on that one. And I said, all right, well, then I want a big cut of that. And he said, fine, I'll give you 12%. I said, dang, all right, we moving on up. And so I called my mom. I said, hey, Melody, I said, we making some money off this. And so she went on the intro nets or something like that. And said, they got a freaking website, SHOOTDANG.tv. And I said, well, what the freak is the TV for? They ain't on freaking TV. They're on a freaking cellular device or a computer or something like that. She said, son, they on TV. And I said, shoot, I want to be on TV. So I went back there to Jason's house and I said, hey, make me a deal. He said, well, what? I'm already giving you some money. And I said, I want to be on freaking TV. And he said, well, you've already been on TV. I said, I know, but I thought it was just a freaking cellular device or a computer or something. And he said, all right, fine, I'll put you on TV. Just chill out. I didn't know he's calling freaking cops on me. And I started running. He had that little 125cc dirt bike, 4-stroke. And I jumped on that sucker. And I took off. It's not as good as a 2-stroke, but it's pretty good. And I went down the hill over here. Cops followed me and all that stuff down into Little Kansas. And I took them all into Siloam Springs and all that. And I just freaking took off. They can't catch me on a 4-stroke. Just imagine that 2-stroke. They never even saw it. I'm going out of there. So, little I know, I was on freaking TV. Freaking cops. They had a helicopter up there and all that kind of jazz. And, hey, I made it on TV. So I told them I finally came back. And I said, you know what? I've been on that TV, but it ain't all that good. I said, we're going to have to work this out. I said, I don't want to have to, I don't want to have to sue you, but I'm going to have to do what I'm going to have to do. So he said, fine, just give it a minute, let it cool down, and we'll get back to it. And I said, all right, I'll give you a minute. And I sat back. I stared him straight in the eyes the whole time. I didn't even blink. He didn't like that one. So he said, fine, let's make a deal. I said, all right. I said, hey, let me hang out at your place for a minute rent free. He said, all right. And I said, done deal. Because I didn't really have anywhere to go. But don't tell him that. I was kind of scared. I was willing to negotiate for a little bit less. And he said, all right, you can stay here for a minute. So I said, okay, cool. So he went down to Texas with his other brothers. So I'm trying to get my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl, up here. So we can wreak havoc and maybe even finish this freaking house, because it's a piece of junk. I know it's free and all, but free of labor, because there ain't no labor being done on it. So hopefully one of these days he'll have a freaking tiny house that I can actually come mooch on. And that ain't gonna happen. I'm just wishful thinking, you know what I mean? I ain't ever gonna be as lucky as a freaking president at an elementary school, you know what I mean? Well, I ain't trying to stay on here too long. I don't know how he freaking does it. Come out here in the middle of nowhere, freaking upload videos and all this stuff. I ain't down for that. It is getting good weather though. I'm gonna be going down the river. There's some pretty good chicks down there. I actually was looking at one of them. I said, shoot, you look pretty dang good. Jason was down there and he said, you freaking numb nut. And I said, what? I said, you don't see her? He said, see her what? And I said, that girl right there, that water going around there, that hair, Dang. He said, you freaking dummy. I said, what? He said, that's freaking boulder in the water, you idiot. And I said, well, dang, she look pretty good. So, alright, I guess I'll get on done out of here and make me some breakfast. I don't know what I'll have. Probably some squirrel. You got some rabbits over there. I might have me a rabbit stew for breakfast or something like that. But, I don't know. This dip's kind of getting old. So, we'll catch you on the next one. Shoot dang bang bang, don't forget. Shoot dang merch. Put in code Dale, get an extra 0% off. Catch you on the next one. Dog in the candy store licking on a freaking frozen peanut butter stick or something like that. So I found out from my one brother Daryl, from my other brother Daryl, that Mama Melody freaking got a call from Papa Jim. Papa Jim. They're freaking dumber than a freaking raccoon trying to take a squirrel from... It's just jerky, people. And I heard that and I was pretty mad. And I said, you ain't getting nothing from me. Come on. I know normally you get on here and it's Jason. And he's over here doing his coffee Crockers, but today I gotta put me a dip in. Get the day started. big jerky. Alright. Now that we got that going, I can get going. So you're wondering. So yeah, you saw the title. I'm here to sue the Crockers. We all know that SHOOTDANG is me. And I am SHOOTDANG. This big jerky. I get pretty sick and tired of getting on the internet and seeing the Crockers being all SHOOTDANG, bang, bang, and all that malarkey. Well, they know dang well Doolittle's say that. And, I don't know. I think it's one of them things that I sent a letter out to them and didn't hear back, so I had to get the attorneys and send them a letter, and I ain't finally getting a call from Jason. And he's like, what do you mean? You're gonna sue me? I created SHOOTDANG. And I said, are you serious right now? Because you know dang well that Doolittle's did it. And he said, well, what are we gonna do about this? And I said, I don't know, you tell me. And so he knew right then and there that this was business, and business is booming, I hear, and they're making a bunch of money. And I need to buy me a new 4-wheeler, maybe like a little buggy or something, and get in town. And I heard he got him a dirt bike. He thinks he's all cool and stuff, but I'd like me a dirt bike. So I said, you know what? I ain't taking this from him. So got the law involved and had to tell him, hey, SHOOTDANG's mine, and I'm here to get what's mine. And so I really didn't know about, to be completely honest, I didn't really know about it at first, because I ain't got a phone, I ain't got TV, I ain't got nothing. And my brothers were over, Daryl, and Daryl with 2 R's came up and said, hey, Mom called, and you know, Melody was saying something like Paul had called Paul owed Jim Bob or Jimbo, or more like Jim Baloney, because he ain't ever around. He ain't good for nothing. And he said, did you know that they're out there making all this money? And I said, well, yeah, most people out there making money, but we just here collecting our checks, you know, them stimulus. And I don't know, I was just trying to just stack away the cash. And he basically said that all the Crockers were bootlegging SHOOTDANG. And I said, SHOOTDANG, heck no, that's bull malarkey, and I'm gonna get what I deserve. And so I went down there to Oklahoma and found Jason out in the woods, and I said, hey, we gotta make this right. And Jason kept saying, well, I'll give you a cut. How about that? Just don't say nothing, don't put it on there. There's gonna be a lot of people out there talking trash if you say, oh, it's mine and all this kind of stuff. And there, you know, a lot of people out there don't like Jason, they said. And then they'll be making videos about him and all this kind of bull, you know what. And so I said, well, what if I create me a channel and get on there, or tell my mama, you know, Melody, she gets on old Crocker Simple Southern, Melanie and George's channel, and says stuff on there. So I said, you know what, I'm just telling my mama to call you out, because you always calling other people out. He kind of got scared a little bit, and he said, all right, I'll give you a cut. And I said, well, how much? He said, well, you think 10's a big number? And I said, well, yeah, it depends on it, especially if you're talking about teeth. And so he said, I'll give you $10 for every 100. And I said, nuh-uh, I ain't down with that. I said, I need at least 1/10 of the cut. And he said, well, let me think about it. So went on with the day, and I went into town, bought me some more dip. And he came back and he said, you know what, I'll do it even better. And I said, what's that? And he said, I'll give you $20 for every $200. So we shook hands, and that was that. And we kind of went on with the day or whatever. Well, then I found out that he didn't pay me. And because he told me, he said, I'll give it to your mama and your mom or whatever. So I was like, you know what, all right, that's fine. I'll just get it from my mama. And so, I mean, I got these brown eyes from my mama, so I figured, hey, I'll get it. All this beef jerky is ripping my lip up. So I went over to my mama's house and I was like, hey, Melody. We don't really call each other Mom and Pa, you know, that type of thing. We just say, hey, Melody. I said, you got my money? She said, what do you mean got my money? And I said, well, Jason said he can send the money to you. She said, well, how's he supposed to send me money if I ain't got no bank account, no PayPal, no Venmo, or nothing like that? And he said, well... And I said, well, that ain't my fault. He said he can give you the money. Where's my money? Well, come to find out, old Jim Baloney, my worthless father, done took it. And, well... I'm just telling Jason I didn't know about that, so I'm suing him and I'm taking him to court for everything he deserves. Because there was a couple channels out there, they kind of hit me up and they said, hey, did you know that there's this cousin of yours out there? I said, don't you know there's this cousin out there taking your freaking money? And I said, what? And he said, yeah, I done told your dad about it and everything. And I was like, well, what channels are these? And they said, don't worry about who I am. You already know. Kind of annoying like a freaking bee, you know what I mean? And I said, well, okay, I guess we'll just call you like the bee's nest or something. And that guy said, I don't like being called bee's nest. And I was just like, well, I don't know what to call it. And he said, what about Bumblebee Munchkins? And I said, hey, that sounds pretty dang catchy. All right, we'll do that. And so... just kind of one of them things, and then I was like, all right, that sounds cool. So he told me, but you got to give me a cut for destroying them. And I said, all right, I mean, dang, if you want. I mean, that's up to you. I guess I wouldn't have known if you didn't go run your mouth. And so I was like, all right. So I'm in talks right now with the lawyers and all that kind of stuff, and I want my money. What am I going to do with my money, you ask? Well, like I said earlier, I want me a dirt bike, but not a 125 like that sissy. I was gonna cuss, but I can't cuss on here. I was gonna say that sissy stuff like the Crockers got. No, I'm gonna get me a 250 Yamaha 2-stroke, and it's gonna be nice. His is more like boom, 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 but he barely even jumps ramps. I can get up there. I'm gonna jump them ramps. I ain't be scared in this hole. I'm kind of PO'd about this other SHOOTDANG TV thing too. I think I'm gonna take a call for that. He done sold my car to some Ron Witherspoon or some bull malarkey, and I ain't down for that. So I don't know. I just figured I'd tell you guys that Crockers getting sued, and there ain't much they can do about it. So any shirt you buy, come straight to me. So I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the Doolittles. And we live up to our name, and we don't like to work very hard. So if you can go buy that merch from the Crockers, I might just not sue them for everything they got if you keep buying. So feel free to go over and check it out. SHOOTDANG.tv. I don't even know why they call it TV. They ain't even on TV. Bunch of dum-dums. Bunch of freaking dum-dums. Ain't even on TV. It's on a freaking cellular device or a computer. I ain't got no dang TV, but I will once I go and sue them, get all this money. But I'll probably buy me a TV with this money I'm getting from them and my stimulus. Alright, well, I guess I better go feed his animals. What are you doing? Ooh, you done licked my lip. That's better than Sheila. Hey, come on. Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and feed the dogs, you know what I mean, and get on my day. So I hope you have good, and remember, go down in the comments, say you deserve to get screwed and sued, you know what I mean. So guess catch you on the next one. I think I'm done with that. Alright, see ya.